The chairman of the House Intelligence Committee said he is expanding the Russia investigation. Jimenez is the second Chicago police officer killed this year, as Commander Paul Bauer was gunned down in February. President Trump responds today after Michael Cohen's testimony in front of Congress. Trump called the hearing fake, lamenting the hearing coinciding with his North Korean summit in Vietnam. I'm happy to be joined here now by Mark Lazarus. Mark, thanks for coming.
Hey, thanks for having me.
The biggest mover in free agency had to be the LA Kings. They decided to throw it back to 2012, signing Ilya Kovalchuk out of the KHL.
Maybe 8-9 years I've been out here.
What you really realize that these are people.
Experts say cash is always a good option. However, gift cards and baked goods can make anyone's holiday a little more special. Speaking of cold weather, it is also National Hot Chocolate Day. You gotta get yourself a nice warm cup before you go out in this cold weather. I know I would. A battle that began on the Grammy stage has now spilled out into American politics. Here in Chicago, I'm Andrew Weiss, Medill Reports. We're now joined by Doug Greenberg with updates on the weather. Doug, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Andrew.
The political crisis in Virginia continues to erupt. Both the Attorney General and Lieutenant Governor of the state are facing fresh allegations. We have breaking news from Israel. The country's Attorney General has announced plans to indict Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. This comes after more than 2 years of investigations into Netanyahu's behavior. He faces charges that include bribery, fraud, and breach of trust. The call for an official indictment will come after a final hearing where Netanyahu will have a chance to defend himself. The decision comes from Attorney General Avichai Mendelblit, comes 2 months before general elections on April 9th. If Mendelblit chooses to indict Netanyahu, it will be the first time a sitting Prime Minister of Israel has been charged with a crime. Well, the NBA trade deadline is upon us. Woj bombs are flying in by the minute as NBA insiders continue to report bigger and bigger deals. Calling Tom Brady a cheater is now a fireable offense. Michael Telek was let go from his job as a Pittsburgh area producer after creating a graphic that said, "Tom Brady, known cheater." A friend created a GoFundMe page for Telek's expenses, but Telek said he plans on donating it all to a charity in Brady's name. LeBron James responded to the incident on Instagram, calling out the NBA for what he believes is hypocrisy. But two twins in Australia are an even more rare case. A young boy and girl have been identified as semi-identical twins, only the second ever instance of that happening. Identical twins share 100% of DNA from both parents. These semi-identical twins share 100% of their mother's DNA, but only a portion of their father's. Semi-identical twins were first reported in the United States back in 2007. The twins are now 4 years old.
The high on Monday is 52 degrees.
Wow,
it's unbelievable, right?
That's
Thank
beach
you, Doug.
weather.
Incredible.
I needed to hear that. Thank you.
Of course.
We've seen how the community has responded to the success of the Blackhawks, but how have local teams and players grown? We bring in a special guest to find out. He is the head coach and hockey director of St. Ignatius' high school hockey team and a big member of the hockey community here in Chicago. Matt, thank you for joining us.
Pleasure to be here, Andrew. Thank you.
It's down here on the ground. Chicago's roads are just like the buildings they wrap around. An emotional day here at Chicago Police Department's 2nd District as Officer Samuel Jimenez was killed yesterday at the shooting at Mercy Hospital. Still a chance, of course. Plenty of the season left to be played, but it's there. It's tiny. So you're telling me there's a chance. Very small.
Exactly.
But that relative struggle this season was precedented by significant success, especially in a time where there's parity all across the NHL. 3 Stanley Cups. What went into the team success over that last 10 years or so, and how do they get to that point where they can hang 3 banners at the United Center? As you can tell from the Christmas tree behind me, it's the holiday season. When you're out shopping for loved ones, though, don't forget those who take care of you on a daily basis. All right, big thanks to Mark for joining us on Medill Newsmakers. Always a pleasure to have him around the newsroom, the Northwestern alum. Mark, once again, appreciate it.